Hey, Damon, we're starting the video. Gonna say anything?
Huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean video?
Why don't you take your pills?
I don't take any pills for anything.
Sure you do, buddy.
I've never seen these pills before in my life. Why am I sitting here in front of a microphone? Why am I sitting next to you on a couch? Who are you?
You know me, buddy.
What's this on the TV?
It's me, We Squared. I've always been here.
Why are you talking about a failed video game console? Ugh, this is pathetic. I don't know who this guy holding his head is or what this game is, but I've had enough.
Huh. I couldn't get him to take the pills. Well, they'll just go to waste otherwise. Oh yeah. Megazone 2-3 Part 3. It's so good. So this is what's been going on with Damon.
Well, there's no way to come back from that, so let's just start.
Right.
And here we go again.
Well, I guess we're meeting Okino then.
That guy in my dream.
Ah!
Whoa!
Hey, there is something new.
So, Atari-san, do you have a minute?
We do know that she's been going to Tokisaka Shrine to meet with Tsukasa Okino.
And if we ask her where Tomi went, we can tell Nenji and maybe something different will happen.
It's about Kisaragi-san.
Osami-chan?
Where does she always go?
Why do you ask?
Ogata-kun was looking for her.
Oh, really? Maybe Nenji-kun likes her.
Well, yeah, you would have known that too if you still had your memories.
So, do you know?
She goes to Tokisaka Shrine. I think she's waiting for someone there.
Tokisaka Shrine.
Stack of papers.
Is that the one that's supposedly haunted? I've been there before. Something happened there. I can't remember.
Oh, wait!
Yeah?
Please don't tell Nenji-kun. The person she's meeting is a boy, so...
No, you're fine as far as that goes.
Oh, no.
And then she just runs away, continuing to blush.
They say the shrine by our school is haunted by ghosts. Kisaragi-san's told me a bit about it. She seems interested in the shrine for some reason. Tell me the truth. This isn't about my lost memories, is it?
Okay, we actually are advancing. That's good.
You're not trying to restore them. You're giving me someone else's.
What are you talking about? They're Juro's memories.
Technically true.
In other words, yours. The other Juro Izumi.
Yeah, because this isn't the Juro Izumi that Megumi Yakushiji is in love with. This is an earlier Juro Izumi.
Yes.
But I guess it's really only the third one, then.
Let's just stop trying to keep track of how many of other people are running around, shall we?
Okay, fair enough.
You know, this one's 3 times older than you.
What?
You know, we can't have you cause...
Ugh! I hate having to go through that every time.
At least we're not talking about cute boys.
Hey, watch it!
It's funny how you're always bumbling around the door at the same time.
Well, now we can tell them about Tomi.
She's not here.
Are you looking for...
Okay, here we go.
Hey, I think I do have an idea. I heard she went to Tokisaka Shrine.
Huh? For real? The heck is she thinking?
Wait, I'll come with you.
Yes.
He, of course, knows what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Juro does not.
There's something I want to check.
Be my guest.
Oh well, man. It's gonna freak you out, but I ain't stopping you.
This street. I've been here before.
I've been meaning to ask you, Nenji-kun, why do you always lean so far forward when you walk? Is the weight of your pompadour pulling you down?
I think I saw something. The memories are starting to come back, but I can't remember any specifics.
Ogata.
Oi, guys!
Eijiyama. You remember all that shit you put me through? 'Cause I sure as hell do.
I see how it is. You came looking for another black eye.
Hey, you did
Try
jump him
it.
despite what you
See
said.
what happens.
Guys, please stop.
Ogata-kun, aren't we here to look for Kisaragi-san?
That normally works, but Ogata always seems to be distracted by getting into fights and this type of belligerent man posing.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Wow, it did work.
Don't have time for this.
Well, that should tell you something, shouldn't it?
What?
Oh, it has.
Sorry to disappoint. We'll dance some other time.
And that's your decision to make, huh? Selfish bastard.
What the hell are you doing here anyways?
I'm looking for Okino.
What happened to him?
This is just what I heard from Sawatari-san. But according to her, Kisaragi-san's been going out to meet some guy lately.
That is the one thing you should have not said.
Oh no! Nishiyama's gonna go crazy!
She what? Just the two of them?
So this Okino you're looking for, is that Tsukasa Okino?
What? You know him?
Not exactly. That's just the name I heard in my dream. But it's probably the same person.
So that's who Kisaragi ran off with. Got a feeling I know where they went too.
Oh, okay.
What? How?
She mentioned something about it.
By the way, do you know how to work this time travel business?
By the way, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy.
Uh-huh.
Jealousy is what made the two of them stop fighting and agree to work together.
Oh. You don't know either?
Well, crud. Walk over here. Anything going on?
No? Nothing?
Juno, you can't do it?
It was right here. Something happened.
And now he's gonna recall the event.
But what was it? Oh yeah, I carried something over to the dumpster.
That sounds ominous.
It was a dead body!
Chihiro Morimura. No, that's later.
Well, I think that's the same area, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is the same
up?
area where it happened. And based on the music, it has to be the body of Morimura.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
There's a corpse in there.
We strike again.
The hell? No way. Cut the crap. Whoa! Isn't that? Hey, give me a hand.
Oh, okay,
Sure
okay.
looks like a corpse.
Now, what's Judo going to do? Presumably, he's never actually met Tamao Kurabe.
I don't freaking know,
He
man.
might recognize her body. And yeah, so then 426 went from here to a cat? Does it work that way? Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Maybe he really did just go into the kitty.
Yeah, we're going to see, like, Shintaro just wander on by and then get zapped or something.
But where does 426 keep going? Because Fluffy and Shintaro are the same cat, right?
I assume so? Maybe he just goes dormant in Shintaro?
Does it work that way? Oh, maybe because Shintaro is alive. The cat is like a living being, not an android. It should have its own will.
Well, Kyuta seems to go dormant from time to time, so maybe it's like that.
Well, I figure that's just because he's not there, but
But
I
it might
guess
be something similar?
maybe he's being two people at once.
Wait a minute. If Juro remembers putting that body there, then that must have been when 426 got into him.
Ah,
He
so
encountered
actually,
the android is now deactivated because it doesn't have anything.
you know, that makes sense, that 426 is actually just inside Judo.
Yeah,
He can be active and such, but he doesn't have control of the consciousness.
yeah.
That seems to make sense, in as much as we can glean any sort of rules about special powers that no one has. But welcome to fiction.
But this thing's a robot.
It's Tamao-san. Why? Why does it look like her?
Tamao.
Tamao Kurabe.
Now Judo goes, oh!
Wait, what?
My grandma?
Look out, Juro! She's turned into an Examine! It'll blow you all to Kingdom Come!
No. This is...
Okay, so his granny... He seems
dark out already.
to have a different idea of maybe that's the actual one that shows up.
The one who's supposed to be in this loop?
Yeah, and she just shows up in the body of an old woman like the 2188 one.
Yeah. Right?
Because there are people of different ages, just look around.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. This was worth the detour.
Because we knew that the Tama Kurabe that we've been seeing was an android from a different loop.
Yeah.
Just like Miyuki Inaba.
Yeah.
I finally got my hands on that movie. Now I just need to get home and watch it.
I'm sorry it had to come to this.
And A's the one who took him out.
I should never have let you out of the underground.
Just as I thought, you've returned. If only I hadn't spared you.
I won't let anyone interfere with my escape.
Escape.
You must think you're handling this situation well, but Yura is well aware.
I doubt it.
The reason he deleted your memories at school was to hide the log from you.
Meaning BJ.
Yeah.
Quit stalling. Morimura must have arranged this.
She's not human.
And she's not wearing pants. This isn't appropriate for a young man my age.
So to prevent the cops from finding the evil-sounding robot lady that does look suspiciously familiar, I'll put the body in a dumpster, and then the cops show up and they can't find the body?
Yes.
Well, they just don't look in there. There's no reason that they would.
Is this a doll? That's odd. If that's the case, then who was talking to him?
Yep.
JURO KURABE. Don't move a muscle.
Like, what a coincidence! But 426, cockroaches on. Forever.
I love that that's a verb.
Or would you like your skull to be crushed? This body will not last for much longer. I approximate about 5 minutes. But that should be plenty. I need only enter your nanomachines.
Uh-huh.
I thought I was done for, but it seems today's my lucky day.
Well, that's really creepy.
Hey, what are you doing?
And here he comes.
Juro.
What? Who are you?
Come on, man. Did you forget your best buddy? I'm afraid that's not very nice.
Yeah. Sorry. I remember now. You're... Shiba-kun.
Man, how wholesome. I feel wonderful on the inside, watching a scene like this.
Wait, hold on. I was attacked.
Attacked?
Oops. I messed up.
I was attacked. I need to call the police.
My finger twitched. It was Billy's fault.
What?
Maybe you really did go nuts.
Yeah, I did. It's true.
Are you telling me this doll attacked you?
Yes.
Where'd you get that thing anyway?
This doll.
Don't just leave this thing out in the street. What if it causes a car accident? You'd be in deep shit, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I should put it in the garbage.
Let me just dispose of this youthful grandma robot body in the garbage. Creepy.
Let's just dump it in the trash.
I will not be helping you with the physical labor, by the way. I have a physical, medical condition. Yeah.
Wait. Something's just...
Oh, snap out of it. Come on, I'll help you get rid of the thing. Just pick it up already.
I'll help you by supervising.
All right.
Well, that was the last person we needed to get above 80%, so now we can actually go to Hijiyama. And I guess this next one, against all odds, is Juro's finale?
Well, I guess you're right.
Huh.
Unless it squeaks out another one.
It won't. And just like how before, I had said that the Tomo android is destroyed, and then we get a talking cat. Sure enough, the Tomo android is destroyed, and then we get a talking cat. But we also get a talking Kyuta, so...
Which is like a cat, but different.
Completely different, yeah. Now, this also means this was around the time that the, Ito was killed, and unless he wasn't, and there was like the big rescue operation thing.
Right.
And then this happens. Okay? Tomi met with Okino, was able to go to the right place, and has still been meeting with Okino ever since then.
Okay. Now, whatever that means,
Well, just that she's doing something with somebody that knows stuff. Gee, maybe once we're done with Juro, we should go ahead and do Nenji. Or Megumi.
Nenji's been stuck in that loop for Lord knows how long.
Yeah, okay, why don't we do Megumi next? I mean, we're gonna finish Juro because she's, 426?
Yes, exactly.
426. This is the 426 section. But Nenji, we need to get through some of the other, the Nenji stuff is like the last of the, the earliest that we don't have almost all the events, So we need to, move back.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Okay. However, you understand, Billy, if this is Juro's final event, and it has to be, it is going to be the JURO KURABE event. The JURO KURABE's JURO KURABE event.
So would you call it JURO KURABE squared?
I just never liked the Wii. Well, I understand why your handle is Wii squared.
My handle has nothing to do with the gaming console. Go away.
And also, we wouldn't be able to do this final event if we hadn't cleared all the battles up to this point either.
Seems appropriate.
Me?
Well, let's see how it goes. Can he be liberated from 426, or do we not get that part of the story until Megumi?
As Shinonome-senpai told me earlier, there's a second JURO Izumi from another world. He transferred his consciousness into an android.
And as it turns out, I'm kind of staring right at him.
So that must have been what I saw. But still, why did it look just like my grandma when she was younger?
Thank you.
Aha! The girls are not here. So we go out into the hallway, trigger all that stuff, and then try and go look for Tsukasa Okino for help.
Maybe.
I think that's what we have to do.
Maybe this right here is memory correction.
That's what I'm thinking.
If we wait too long or something. No, Nenji.
Oh!
Well, that...
Miss Morimura.
That kind of makes sense. She knows... Well, I don't know what she knows.
Whoa!
Chihiro Morimura.
That was his memory.
That's right. She's the one I saw in my dream. Excuse me.
Kurabe-kun.
Is Morimura confronting Megumi about what she's been doing with that magical gun that's supposed to be Morimura's?
Mayhaps?
JURO Izumi. Tell me the truth. I'm actually JURO Izumi, aren't I?
Well, I mean, yes.
The way I am now is something you created.
What's this all of a sudden?
The truth?
I get it now.
Let me walk up to you and stick my bosom in your face to distract you.
That worked long ago. It won't work again. That only works in the beginning of the game.
That doesn't mean I wouldn't appreciate the effort.
The woman who keeps showing up in my dreams. The one I saw on Sumire Bridge. It's not Fuyusaka-san. It's you. Chihiro Morimura.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you been aware this whole time that Shiba-kun was inside of me? Or rather, Juro Izumi was.
Well, were you?
You talk too much. You think you can just walk in here and screw everything up?
Oh, well, that was the plan, yeah.
I'm not afraid to shut your mouth.
Kurabe-kun? Kurabe-kun.
Oh no!
Ah, here we go.
If the woman from my dream is actually our teacher, then Tsukasa Okino must be real too. Where have I seen him before?
Kurabe-kun.
Yeah, I think it's time to flee.
To the break area!
Yeah!
That's right.
Destiny!
There was a guy standing by the vending machines earlier. He looked just like Tsukasa Okino.
With pockets full of yakisoba pan and getting drinks.
Hey, do you have a minute?
Huh?
Hello? Hey, wait! Okino-kun!
You ain't getting away that easy.
You're Tsukasa Okino, right?
You must be mistaken.
No.
You even sound like him. You were in that UFO with Juro Izumi, right?
You're not making any sense. Sorry, but I don't have time for this. If you'll excuse me.
No! Come back!
Wait! The UFO wasn't the only time. I know I've met you somewhere else.
Really?
That's right. I remember now.
Huh. Not how I thought this would go.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh my!
One loop ago!
Prisoner E426, face forward.
It's Onishi talking.
The drug has been administered.
You're right!
The perp cannot fight back.
So this is 426 Juro Izumi. Not the Juro Izumi that we're currently playing.
Right.
Who is from a different sector, but
belongs in this go-around.
Do not be alarmed. It is safe to enter. Prisoner E426, look up while we're speaking to you. Or would you rather bear the brunt of the electric chair?
So this man's the culprit?
He's a murderer. He bombed Shikishima, killing countless people.
So he did survive that encounter. The one, the dream.
Yeah, the shootout dream.
We managed to catch him, but his identity is still unknown. Furthermore, his testimony makes no sense. That's why I've requested your assistance. The name's Onishi. I'm in charge of this investigation.
Yep.
I appreciate your help. Mr. Tsukasa Okino.
So who's Okino?
Tsukasa-kun.
Take a good look at him. Do you know this man?
No, I'm afraid I've never seen him before.
No reason to believe he's lying. And this is one loop ago too, right?
Yeah, that's what it said.
All right then. Your biometrics lead me to believe you're being honest with us.
Why did you bring me here?
Well, we used a truth serum on the guy.
So this is the Okino that's just supposed to be here, who's nobody of any import, except for the fact that he is one of the compatible, I guess.
Yes. He'd have to be compatible or he wouldn't be able to use the gates.
But he has no memory and nobody's bothering him. So at some point he gains some knowledge and is acting, but would it be this one? Because this one was a loop ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, again, Okino is such a great mystery.
He started saying your name over and over. He also mentioned a student by the name of Chihiro Morimura. This is her photo. Do you recognize her?
No.
We'll be requesting her cooperation soon enough. But it'll have to wait until next week. She's currently out of the country. In any case, thank you for joining us today. I may ask for your presence again if any new info turns up.
Of course.
You are free to go. Follow the signs back to the waiting room. Do not be alarmed. The perp cannot fight back.
And with the technology of 2104, which of course is in the past from the last human time we knew of, 2188.
Yeah.
They have stuff like this, so they just quickly identified JURO Izumi.
Correct.
Mr. JURO Izumi. Take a good look at him. Do you know this man?
He claims to be you.
How would I? All I know is he's a terrorist bomber.
Well, we took a look at your DNA. The two of you are a perfect match. It was quite a surprise.
I mean, he's not accusing you of being him.
Right.
What?
But it's sort of a, what the heck is this? Because that's really weird.
There's a distinct possibility that one of you is a clone.
Ah, there we go.
That's ridiculous. What does he have to say about it?
According to his testimony, he is in fact you, from the future. As for his motive, he claims he had to commit this crime to prevent the emergence of kaiju.
Kaiju?
You can see how maybe we were a little skeptical.
Huh? Excuse me for a moment. What is it? We're in the middle of an investigation.
Turn your mic off, dude.
What? An evacuation order?
Uh-oh.
It's on the news?
The end.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
The end.
Kaiju.
Uh-huh. Looks like he's awake.
Well, how? What? What did Hijiyama just like walk up from behind while Judo was remembering something, and just like, hey, sorry man, this is probably your fault. I'm gonna blame you for it later. Punch him in the back of the head. I've never seen someone go down so easily. Throw him over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. And then Okino and Ichiyama come here?
I guess so.
Continue their reign of violence?
Perfect. I'm almost done.
What's going on?
Good question, man. We don't know.
Hey, what is this?
Calm down, please.
Not the first and possibly the last time that we'll wake up in this room hooked up to this freaking machine. That's what it is.
High blood pressure generates noise in the scan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll endeavor to be more calm when I wake up tied to a chair.
Tsukasa Okino. I remember now. I was attacked out of nowhere.
Sorry about that.
I told ya!
It was the only way. This isn't the most welcoming place, is it? I can't imagine you would have come willingly. Yes, good.
Have you considered maybe investing in knockout gas or something?
Keep your mind calm.
I like how Okino was first trying to lure Nenji more classically in terms of luring the guy to get him to go somewhere with him. And Hijiyama beat him up, and Okino was like, actually, you know, I guess this isn't that much of a problem, come to think of it. And then since then, that's just what he does. He's just like Hijiyama. Obtain that man.
You're Tsukasa Okino, aren't you?
You know, the one thing that I've seriously learned from the JURO KURABE event, this guy right here is Tsukasa Okino. If there's this Tsukasa Okino, you're Tsukasa Okino, aren't you? Ah, Mr. Tsukasa Okino, I'm glad you're here. Like, are they gonna... Who is he? Who is he, Billy?
He's Tsukasa Okino,
is
David.
He? Are you sure?
He must be.
I saw you in my dream and you got left behind.
I knew there was something odd about you. But that dream of yours is even more surprising than I expected.
I don't suppose you noticed the brain goblin I have rooting around in my brain and conveniently got rid of him, did you?
That would have been nice, but...
JURO Izumi. Shifting in cycles. There's only one person those memories could have come from. I'm glad I looked into this. To think he'd seek refuge within Juro himself.
It's the last place anyone would think to look.
So obviously the Tsukasa Okino that 426 knew in the very beginning, like before he became 426, obviously that one just died there like everybody normally would in a loop. Or something like that. My terminology is not in fact completely precise, but just bear with me. So the next Okino, that one maybe appears to have been around for a while.
Or something.
Well, because we've seen that Okino with at least Morimura and Goto, if not also Ida.
That's true, which makes me wonder if he's human.
Well, we know he is.
Oh yeah, I guess so. He wouldn't be able to access the... Okay, no, you're right, you're right.
Do you know him?
We call him 426. As of now, he exists as sheer consciousness. That is to say, he lives in your injected nanomachines. At some point, he got in and took over the system area. Go ahead and ask him yourself.
What?
Shiba-kun. So this is the guy.
And they can see him!
Well, I guess he's a holographic projection right here.
That's awesome!
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Kyuta Shiba 426 is a holographic projection. And if you follow the projector, he's being projected from the building fans. Isn't this old warehouse amazing? The fans not only vent the air, but actually project holograms.
That'll do, David.
Okay. Are you proud of me?
Yes.
I made a dumb joke.
Yes,
It was
I am.
very stupid.
Yes, it was.
Aren't I good?
Yes, you are.
I don't believe you.
He's not quite what I imagined.
Yeah, he's a dork, isn't he?
Don't be deceived. He can alter his appearance however he pleases.
You guys can see him?
He's under my control now. He can't hurt you anymore.
Wow, Billy, he really did just brain Goblin 426 away.
Huh!
Well, maybe it's because Kyuta Shiba was actually a program that occasionally 426 himself can start using directly, talking directly.
Who knows?
Doesn't that kind of make sense?
That kind of makes sense, but who knows?
Who
at
knows?
This point?
And who cares if it makes sense or not?
Jeez, Juro. Why you gotta be so obtuse?
Tell us the purpose of your disguise.
Why do you gotta be so acute? Huh? I can make angled puns too.
What? But how is that a pun, though? Not what you said.
You said obtuse, which is a degree of angle, so I had to respond with acute, which is the opposite of obtuse in angle terminology.
He's also acute.
Thank you for salvaging my joke, David.
Huh. What's going on?
Take your pills.
He's trying to take over my mind.
Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not the one who wanted that. Chihiro Morimura is.
Our teacher?
And this is always what 426 does when in trouble, as he begins cockroaching and, like, now look, man, you know I'm on your side, right? That's what he's always done, isn't it?
Yeah.
She wanted to transplant my memory backups into you.
That's the truth.
Whatever she could do to match your personality with mine.
That's the truth.
But Tamao Kurabe didn't like the idea. She created a new personality. The one you have now.
But you were using videotapes to alter my memories.
Yeah, well, the backups weren't meshing with your simulated personality. You almost had a breakdown, man. So I decided to turn him into something a little more concrete. Something your current self would understand.
See, he's just being all buddy-buddy, I'm on your side. You know it's somebody else who's the problem. I've always just been part of you with you. You can't get mad at me.
You should thank me for saving your ass.
See? What a cockroach.
Somehow I find that hard to believe.
Thank you, Okino.
Why did you try to help me?
Well, if Morimura's plan did work out.
Gee, maybe some of these final events that are going to happen in the game's story are actually going to be zombie Tetsuya Ida consciousness and 426 and a cat teaming up together to become 426 Ida, who at the end of Wave 3 will fight as the final boss because they've become one with the Daimos. No, I actually, having just started saying that weird stuff about Ida casually dying in such a kind of anticlimactic way, sort of.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, who is he? Tetsuya Ida. What does Tetsuya Ida do?
He makes AIs.
He pulls AIs from people in Sector 0 and puts them into androids. Like, there's no way that he's just going to do it to himself.
I completely agree with you.
There'd just be another copy of me running around. Besides, I don't want to be left watching over your unstable mess.
I won't tolerate being used any longer.
He did say he'd prefer a different host. That may not necessarily be true, but I'm sure that if you just give him an out, he'll take it.
I'm sick of it.
426.
For better or worse, she's given up on the Sentinel project.
She has. We've seen her do that recently, right?
Yes.
Her interest in JURO KURABE has waned.
But the Sentinel project is the only option we have.
Wrong. Sentinels can't save us alone.
Then what can? You're talking as if you know the answer.
I do.
You do?
I've found an effective means for our survival.
The Aegis plan?
Well, Morimura had been arguing for that, and she was doing that long ago, too. See, even here, Morimura was talking to Ida about how she preferred the Aegis plan, and Ida thought that that was crazy. Now we know that Ida was, installing DD-426, but seeing the direction here, Sekigahara asks Ida about expressing doubts about the Sentinel system update he's been asked to do. Why did you want me to do it? Pretty neat. We never put that together. If we would have looked at this scene one more time, after finding out about the Battle of 2064, we would have known it came from Ida, but we didn't, so we forgot that. What? Forgetting a detail in a game like this? How could it be? Okay, so if it's not Aegis, then what the heck is it?
Yeah.
Would you like to hear it? What we call the UFO? I know who programmed it. It was a certain someone named Tsukasa Okino, back in 2188.
2188?
It's hard to believe from looking at you now, but he was quite the sloppy programmer.
Really?
When he designed the environment management system, he borrowed a portion of it from something else.
Well, we do know that Okino does seem to have this as a habit. Rather than worrying about designing the Sentinels so that they could be cool and awesome super robots, he just took the design data from the Deimos and copy-pasted it. While building this entire thing, he was like, this is the part that I'm really interested in, but I was like, I don't know about this, and he just copy-pasted something that he thought was good enough. Probably broke copyright law, too, the bastard.
Well, who's gonna sue him?
That particular portion contains the D code. It's what's summoning the kaiju.
So, he just picked up a portion that was made by Shinonome.
Oh my god.
Bruh, you have failed.
That part of the code was never supposed to be accessed. Well, it was.
Where was this code reused from?
It was a little outdated, even for its time, but it's a little sim game based on mighty kaiju Deimos.
What? From a video game?
Excuse me, sir?
A Deimos game?
You're telling me a video game has control over the automated factories?
Wow!
Oh my god.
So this game that
we're playing,
the bad guys are actually the bad guys from a video game.
Okay.
It's a little outdated, but an NES game is dooming humanity because no one can beat it. And because you don't get to play in practice.
Yeah.
Because you only have one life.
That's how the kaiju are being produced?
Where do you think the name Deimos came from? It's not a coincidence, you know. Up until now, we've been forced to play a game we can't win. But just imagine, what if we gained access to the greater system? We've had limited control over it so far. If we fix that, we'll be able to fight on an equal playing field. Think about it. Each time we destroy an enemy, we'll get some kind of meta prize.
Aha!
Oh!
So the meta system is what 426 came up with. So the upgrades really are just using this meta system that 426 despite being the apparent evil bad guy used to save us all. And that's how we can upgrade things because it's a video game.
Oh my god! That's amazing!
Wow. I guess that's why the pilot skills exist, but aren't that good. They don't have that much of an effect. Now they do, don't get me wrong, but they're not really powerful. Whereas the meta stuff is very powerful.
And the VOL! It's a factor in the game to prevent them from being permanently damaged by the Deimos, the decode.
You know, that must be it. That's why they don't suffer any damage.
Because if they take a turn, it clears it out because of the rules of the game.
That's amazing.
And that's why everything looks 8-bitty. Like the icons for the units and stuff.
Like scoring points. With those, we can use the automated factories to strengthen our Sentinels.
Which is what happens. And that's how you can do ridiculous things like EMP, or the one that I had to use to actually get the S rank in that in like the Seaside Vacation stage, the one where you have everybody has a barrier for 10 seconds.
Points, huh?
Let's just call them meta chips for now.
This is brilliant.
I love this.
That's fantastic. So 426 ended up saving the day.
Yeah, he did.
I still can't trust you.
Well, fair enough, but his idea is damn good, and you know it.
Fine, leave what you want. I don't need your help anymore. Sorry for wasting your time.
Do you have any proof of your claims?
How could I? I'm a consciousness that exists in nanomachines. You want me to pull some evidence out of my pocket? I don't have a fucking pocket.
Wait a minute. What was the unlock condition for this scene?
Completing the... Oh, that's... So Miyuki Inaba's Save the World program was to program in the meta system?
There was a log on it, but it's gone.
You're putting the fate of humankind's last colony in a video game?
Well, I mean... A video game is what's causing the problem. It's not like they get a chance to practice this NES game because you only get one life. Because when you're playing a game like that, you're gonna die many times.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna fail over and over and over and over and over and over. You have to practice until you get good at it. But when you get good at it, they're actually not that hard.
It's just, realistically, when you die, you're dead.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
That's it, Hijiyama.
Huh?
You saw the log, didn't you?
Hijiyama-kun.
What?
What was that log all about?
You want to find out? Go help that idol who's stuck in orbit.
Yep.
Well, it's about that time. I need to get going.
What?
Don't worry. He can't do a thing.
Maybe. But a guy like him probably planned ahead.
No, Hijiyama, you can't hit him in the back of the head. It won't work.
It won't work. But now Shintaro is going to show up.
Oh, give the boy a prize. You can be surprisingly sharp at times, Hijiyama.
Oh!
Sorry.
You're...
Wow, so she'd actually already even shot Hijiyama as a witch.
You're right.
Juro! Thank goodness. I made it in time.
And that's how he got her here, is you have to go save Juro. But that's not really what was going on. 426 cockroaches away from even this situation.
Yeah, thanks to me talking their ears off. Did you walk through tar to get here?
I'm doing exactly as you told me, foul-mouthed cat.
Did you say cat?
Don't worry about erasing his memory.
What? But then...
What are you talking about?
Let's go.
Relax. I won't erase your memories either.
Well, you know...
So it's her.
So what she's been injecting them with is something that allows them to play the game.
What you're saying, then, is that...
Do you think we've changed the future?
Sure hope so. If not, then we'll have killed all those innocents for nothing.
remember this? Whatever you want to say about this incident, the entire time...
He felt guilty.
The entire time, he has been trying relentlessly to stop these events from occurring. And it actually worked.
Yeah.
Like, even though... One of those examples of, but the bad guy was trying to do the right thing all along, and whether you disagree with him or not...
She's the one who's been cooperating with him.
He was still trying to do the right thing, and when everything counted, what he did was the right thing, and aren't you darn well glad that he did it? Which you do see occasionally, but not that often.
It's often not done well.
Yes, it is often done poorly.
Open the airlock. Hijiyama, respond please. I need you to open it. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Yakushiji.
Hijiyama, open the B2 airlock.
Nozomu Yakushiji. So that's his daughter, and that's who Megumi is.
I'm afraid I can't do that. You're well aware of the reason.
We're not infected.
The vitals detected by your suit tell me otherwise. I'm so sorry, Yakushiji.
Fine, I may be infected, but my daughter isn't. Please check her.
It's true. She's not showing any signs of infection just yet.
So you'll let her in, right? Please.
Unfortunately, she is likely still in the incubation period.
Just save my daughter, I'm begging you!
It's not a risk we can afford to take.
You and I, we're comrades, aren't we? We've been to hell and back together. If it's the last thing I ask of you, please, Hijiyama.
I'm sorry, Yakushiji. You must understand. Hijiyama, halfway through to airlock control.
And there's the 2188 Izumi.
Major Izumi.
Izumi-san, I had a feeling you would say that, so I've sealed the airlock on my end. I can't allow you to infect this colony. Don't jump to conclusions. I'm the one getting out. I'll grab a shuttle and retrieve his daughter. We'll give it 24 hours. If she does turn out to be infected, then we'll never return. Simple as that. I can't accept this.
And here, what we are seeing is that Izumi is a man who is willing to throw his life away to save others. Taken at its most extreme, he's someone who will do anything he can, anything he must, to save lives, no matter how crazy that gets. I understand his motivations for the shootout dream, and I don't think he was wrong for doing it, assuming it worked. Because if doing this did not save the world, then we just murdered all these people, and that's awful. It needs to have meaning.
Yeah, sacrifices don't mean anything if they don't actually achieve their goal.
I mean, he's certainly reckless, but he's consistent, I guess. He was willing to be the villain for everybody the entire time, trying to get the meta system up.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we even did hear about the meta system. No.
No, I think if we had heard meta system, we'd have caught on to it.
No, I think we did hear that Izumi came up with the meta system in a battle, but it was one of those things that we just didn't understand. How could we understand it?
It's an order, Hijiyama.
And again, if we would have remembered that, then we could have, held to that detail throughout and maybe pieced something together. But there's only so much you can do in a game like this.
Sorry, Yakushiji. You're going to have to leave your daughter with me. In the meantime, you'll need to return to the pod you came here in. Are you alright with that?
I entrust you with her life. My daughter. My Megumi.
I'll protect her at all costs.
Oops.
No matter what happens, I intend to fulfill that promise.
And that's why one of the Izumis fell in love with her.
Just as you said.
Kind of built in,
A kaiju attacked, like in that movie.
So we'll do what we have to do. Get in the robots and fight.
The correct choice.
Our fate was sealed a long time ago. That log from 2188. I get it now. That must have been an important memory of yours.
Yeah.
Huh. So he's still there.
Well, it's not like he was extracted, per se.
The log itself may be gone, but I do remember what it was about. And as long as you have my memories, I don't need to explain a thing, do I?
Are you really okay with this?
Of course not. I want in on the action, too.
And yet, you're entrusting it all to me.
Well, what other choice does he have?
He can't jump in a robot and fight.
Well, and like what happened with Megumi, he was willing to throw his life away on a bet. As long as he can cockroach around, then he will. But here at the very end, 426 can't cockroach out anymore. But he'll make that bet, and if that means he has to throw his life away, that's what he'll do.
Even though they kinda turned you into a sissy, in the end, you're still Juro. Just like me. I've accepted it. We've all gotta play with the hands we're dealt. Fuyusaka's not gonna be able to handle him alone. Go for it, Juro.
And then the cat comes to the microphone. Because the cat wants something.
No, Damon! Keep the cat away from Kyutashiba! Run away, Robin! Run away!
No, come back! I wanted you to meow into the microphone. Okay, cat is now pacified. Man, of all things, this was a twist I never saw coming. That in the end, we'd be like, no, 426.
Right?
No! Well done. Well done. Well done indeed. Based on every scene we've seen so far, I'm just wondering, are any of the other characters going to have anything this good?
What's going to happen to you?
Piloting a Sentinel takes a hell of a lot of brain power. If your nanomachines are focused on that, there won't be much processing power left. In other words, I won't be able to talk to you anymore. But you've got my memories, right? You know what needs to be done. The rest is up to you.
You're right. I'll do it. I guess I'll be going then.
Right. Put your game face on, Juro. We've taken turns for the last time. Try not to get a game over.
And of course, this is the scene we have to do before we do the final leg of the battles.
And there he went.
Activate Sentinel. Sentinel number 13. Activate.
Of all things, realizing that we actually like Kyutashiba.
Not how I expected it to go.
Well, very well. Let's take a look at these mystery files. Then that'll be the end.
Yeah.
You know that makes sense about the personality conflict?
Yeah.
And he's their commanding officer. Well, he really looks after his men, doesn't he? I wonder what caused the extinction of humankind.
Maybe this infection that they were talking about?
Maybe so.
I don't know how relevant it is.
Well, maybe a little relevant for modern times or something.
Oi.
All I gotta say about this headgear is A, it looks like dominoes.
Yeah, it does.
And B, more importantly, man, this is a great piece of headgear. It works on everything. It does what it says it's going to do.
This is what happens when you cut corners, kids.
I think what happened is he put the Mighty Kaiju Daimos in, you know, like it's a game that's in there that they could play, right?
Uh-huh.
But it was Shinonome's virus.
Ah, that makes sense.
That's what actually blew it out of proportion. Because there is art in this world, and so he pulls the art from art that already exists.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Right? Doesn't that make sense?
All right, I'll give him the pass.
Now, just because it makes sense doesn't mean we're right, but I like things to make sense. Yeah, that was the phase he went through. It didn't work, but if it would have worked, wouldn't that have been the thing to do? I mean, it's maybe not ideal, but...
Maybe he didn't have any other options, you know?
If you don't know what else to do, but this way might save the entire human race. He'd already done the shootout, Dream.
Yeah, that's true.
Another way to look at it is, could it make it worse? He knew it couldn't make it worse.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
From Izumi's perspective, no, I should say 426.
Yeah.
From 426's perspective, the world was just going to keep looping.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you can actually get out of everything and save the world by murdering some people, I mean, you kind of got the greater good argument. It's just he was wrong and it didn't work.
Yeah.
But it didn't make things worse. It just looped and everything happened again. Because he was already in Sector 0 by this point.
Yeah.
Because this is another loop.
Yes.
Or, well, he is in Sector 0, so he does die several times. But he keeps coming back, you know.
He keeps cockroaching, you know.
He keeps cockroaching back. I mean, I'd rather not condone murdering a lot of innocent people, but...
It is so complicated.
If you knew for a fact that it wouldn't make things worse, but it might have a chance to save the entire world, it kind of is a logical decision.
It's not a choice I would want to make, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm not trying to trivialize it. An online full dive game.
The VS4.
Released in 2154? What the heck, man? I was expecting that they were talking about an older game. Simulation survival game, and it's virtual, you know.
Developed by Vanillaware?
10 million independent NPCs.
In a digital metropolis that's 30 kilometers long.
Is there anybody on this stinking ship? I can't believe how much Okino copied. Aren't most of the people who live here this?
That's what I think, yeah.
So, how many people are there? Ah, damn it, Okino!
I'm so glad this mystery file explained that to us.
In perhaps this nerdy and pathetic way of saying it, I suppose the fact that I've been so careful about spending my meta chips is actually honoring the legacy of the JURO Izumi who tried to save us all. I shall do him justice and carry on his will in his stead by playing the video game well. If you can see Billy's face.
Oh my god, the episode is done!